All right, so here we are. Another video and another really important little ninja move that we use. We'll call it the finishing move. This is the competition crusher. I've been told that there's no way I can do this in 5 minutes. So my goal is to do this in 5 minutes. I'm going to show you how to crush your competition every single time. We do this on every single listing appointment. I'm going to tell you what the key word here is. Differentiation. I can't even say that word. Differentiation. So I think I said that right. If not, I mean, there's no spell checker on this stupid thing either. So if I spell things wrong, I'm apologizing up front. So what you want to do is you want to be different. If you can't establish yourself as different, then you must be the same. Okay? And that's how real estate agents are looked upon by home sellers, especially sell by owners, whoever it is that you may be going out on an appointment. They think that we're all the same. So in terms of how to make yourself completely different, I want to show you something that I do on every appointment, and this is some ninja stuff, so you're definitely going to love this. I don't do a CMA. In fact, I actually point out, once we built rapport, we're sitting down at the table, I have tons of market reports. It looks like literally like I'm a scientist of some sort. I've got all these graphs and everything out, and I'm talking literally in Chinese as far as they're concerned. Okay, but I know the market, and it's all important. Market absorption, we're looking at price ranges, we got all these graphs and everything, basically looking at everything. And before I break out all these graphs, and I'll tell you some of the ones I use, brokermetrics.com is one, realmarketreports.com is another one. There's lots of different programs. Your MLS probably has something that you can get and use all these reports from. You can print out all these reports on the market. And the reason I do that is because it's critical. If you're going to put your home in the market, you got to know what's going on in the market, market trends, local economy, that sort of thing. So what we do is I sit down and I say, it's kind of funny, John and Sally, it's kind of funny when I got my real estate license, they used to teach me to do this thing called a CMA. And it's really kind of remedial, I guess, nowadays. But some agents, I think, may still use it. But a CMA is what they call a comparable or competitive market analysis. And it's really nothing more than going back and looking at historical data and trying to determine what your house is going to sell for. Well, that's not a real effective way to price a home. I want to explain to you why I don't do a CMA. Right then and there, I just differentiated myself from 99% of the competitors that are out there. If you do a CMA and you compete against me, you just lost. I just finished you before you even started. If you come in with a top producer CMA and you're all, let me show you, you're done. You're done. You can't compete with me now. You're on another level. Now, what I did was I made it sound less threatening. I mean, I didn't really talk. You never talk bad about your competition. But what I did was, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to utilize something different that makes you seem more knowledgeable than your competitor from now on. That's all that I do. So I want to make sure that you understand that we don't do CMAs ever again. Never going to do another CMA as long as you live. And you're going to love that, actually. I used to think that was impossible, but it's not. So what we want to do is we want to show them why a CMA doesn't work. So would you drive your car looking in a rearview mirror? Is that how you would drive it? No? Okay. Well, if you wouldn't drive your car in a rearview mirror, then why would you look in the rearview mirror to try to determine what your home is worth today? Okay, we don't sell anything that way. Nothing that you would ever sell, you go back in history 3, 6, 9, 8, 10 months and try to determine what something's going to sell for today. That's not how you value property. And it's definitely not going to net you the most money. And that's what I'm here to show you is what we're going to do to net the most money. And the way we do that, essentially, how we're going to do that is we're going to look at some different things. Some of the things that the CMA doesn't do, just so you know, these are the things that we are going to look at. Is what was the competition on the time at the time of the at that time when it sold. So would you agree? Any of you real estate agents, I know you guys all know this. That was the market worse 6 months ago? Was it worse a year ago? So the further back you go, the worse the comparable sales were, right? So that's not a real good thing to consider. A CMA does not take that into consideration. The current market at the time that the property sold is a big deal. Would you agree? Absolutely. Okay, so next thing is motivation of the seller. What if they were getting divorced? Does the sold sheet tell you that what their motivation level was? What if they just bought a house and they needed to sell it immediately and they just dropped the price? It should tell you that it's a short sale or an REO or a bank owned or whatever. But what if those bank owned properties were the effect? This was an effect of all these bank owned properties selling around them recently. So that's another issue. Condition, does it tell you if it smelled really horrible? You think that might have an effect on value? If that house stunk and really terrible when you walked in, or if it was staged, it wasn't staged at all, the furniture was nasty, or it wasn't cleaned up, do you think all those things may have factored into why it sold at that price? And what about the agent? Who priced the house? Where'd they come up with the price? Did the agent price it? Was the seller just guessing? I mean, they could have priced it too high and had to come way down. What about the agent's ability to negotiate? Did the seller take the first offer that came along? Was it a really low offer? Did it sell? What price did it sell at? Any trends that may have happened historically. So these are things that really affect the historical value of something. What we want to do is we want to position your home in the market at the highest perceived value to the home buyer, which means we need to look at the current market trends, the current market conditions. All these graphs that I'm showing you is going to help us to position your home as the best priced home in the marketplace where you can net the most possible money, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that, okay? And that's it. So that's pretty much it. This is the finishing move we do. You might want to watch that again. I talk a little fast. I apologize for that. I still hope that this was valuable and it's something that you can use. I strongly suggest that you stop doing a CMA. Not in terms of using historical data to support the value. We do still use some historical data, but I don't formulate it in the plan of a CMA. We talk very much about the market, perceived value, and how to net the most money for the seller. So that's how you crush your competition every time. Real simple stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate it. We'll see you at the top.